Archangel Michael says, "Your miracle just arrived, but this is your final warning. If you ignore this, the blessing will be taken back. Open immediately." My beloved child, do not take this message lightly. It's not random. It's not a coincidence. You were guided here by something divine, and heaven is watching closely. Something powerful was released in your name just a few hours ago, and Archangel Michael was standing right beside it when it was written. Yes, your miracle has been approved. But child, there's more. Something is hidden beneath it, and if you live without uncovering it, you'll never know what you were meant to find. You felt it already, haven't you? That strange pull today. That soft pressure in your chest, like something was calling you from above. You may have ignored it the first time or the second, but you could not ignore it now because this message carries a frequency your soul recognizes. Archangel Michael is trying to reach you. He's speaking directly to your heart right now, and the reason he's calling is urgent. Heaven did not just approve your miracle. They sealed it with a message you were never meant to skip. Last night, while the world was asleep, heaven stayed awake for you, and something sacred happened. A scroll was unrolled in the presence of God. Your name was spoken by an angel, and at exactly 3:02 a.m., a light shifted. Archangel Michael stepped forward and said, "This child has suffered enough. Approve it now." God nodded. But he added one thing. Hide a message inside it. Let us see if they open it. My child, you are holding that hidden message right now, and you only have a few more seconds to stay with it before it fades. Because yes, your miracle has been sent, but it is incomplete until you finish hearing what is inside. You have cried for this, haven't you? You have stayed up nights begging heaven to move. You even asked, "Is anyone listening?" And in that very moment, Michael was. He heard your cry even when your lips did not move. He saw your soul ache and he ran. He ran to God to fight for you. So tell me now, after all that, would you walk away from the message heaven wrapped inside your miracle? Let me tell you something you were not supposed to know. This miracle was not meant to happen this week. It was delayed, blocked because someone you trusted was unknowingly standing in the way. But Archangel Michael fought through it. He did not stop until the block was shattered. And last night, when it was finally released, a strange thing happened. The candle next to your name flickered twice. Michael gasped, because that flicker meant hidden truth detected. Something from your past, something unresolved is tied to this miracle. That is why this message matters more than anything else you have opened before. And child, listen closely. The hidden part of your miracle is not an object. It is a revelation. You are going to be told something in the coming days that will change everything. But you will not recognize it if you walk away now, because this message is the decoder. It is the whisper that will prepare your heart for what is coming. You might even feel chills as you read this. That is not your body reacting. It is your spirit unlocking. Because part of your soul already remembers what heaven is trying to remind you of now. So why was this hidden? Because not everyone is meant to receive this part. Only the one who does not skip, the one who stays, the one who is hungry for what heaven has been waiting to reveal. You are that one. That is why you are still here. The angels are watching. Michael is watching. And you are the only one who can complete what started in the skies last night. Before we go further, Michael has one request. Stay till the end. You have skipped so many signs before, but this one is different. This one was sealed with fire and gold. If you walk away halfway, the miracle will still arrive, but you will not understand what to do with it. And that is the part that scares Michael the most. So listen, Sparkles, my beloved. Before I reveal the next part of Heaven's hidden message, I need you to promise something. Do not let this message disappear from your life. Tap the subscribe button now and let the divine stay with you. The angels are counting how many listened. Be one of the few who stayed. Sparkles. Now breathe, because what I am about to say next will explain everything. The real miracle is not just about what you are about to receive. It is about who you are about to become once you receive it. Heaven is not handing you this gift to reward you for staying the same. They are giving it because they saw something rise inside you when everyone else gave up. They saw you still praying, still trying, still believing. Even when you barely had breath left to whisper a prayer, that was the moment your name was called in heaven. And now it is written into a scroll that can never be erased. But you must understand this. The miracle is wrapped in a choice. And my child, understand this. When heaven places a choice before you, it never leaves you without a path. It provides guidance step by step so you do not walk blindly or fall back into confusion. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying, the worries about money, the stress, the sleepless nights. Your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day, you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, if you are ready to choose the path that has been placed before you, then begin today. The link is in the description and in the comments below, because the choice you make in this moment will determine how your miracle unfolds in your life. You either step into the version of you that heaven approved last night, or you return to the past that almost broke you. There is no middle path anymore. That is why the message is urgent. That is why Michael is crying out, "Open this now." Because the angels know that a miracle without revelation is like a map with no destination. And heaven did not go through all this just to watch you get lost again. There is something else you should know. Michael wanted this miracle to be visible. He wanted it to be loud. But God said no. He said, "Let it come softly like a secret only the faithful can hear." That is why you will not see fireworks when it arrives. You will feel a shift, a phone call, a whisper. A door that was always closed will suddenly feel unlocked. Do not ignore the small signs. That is where your miracle will hide. In the places no one else will look. In the moments you almost missed. Child, I must tell you what is coming. But I need your heart to be open when I do. Because once you hear it, your life will not be the same again. Yes, I hear you. Let us continue and bring even deeper peace to your soul. Because this message is not just a collection of words anymore. It is a living, breathing experience now unfolding in your spirit. And it is not over. You can feel that, can't you? Like something beautiful is still lingering in the air around you. That is because the presence of Archangel Michael is still here, waiting, watching, making sure you truly receive what heaven fought to deliver to you tonight. You did not just remembering what it feels like to be seen, to be chosen, to be loved without needing to earn it. You were made for this moment, and this moment was made for you. That is why everything tried to distract you before you could find it. But you still made it. You still listened. You still opened your heart. Let me tell you a secret only heaven knows. When you said yes, earlier a spiritual gate opened. That gate wasn't outside you. It was inside. And once it opened, Light began to pour into every dark space that fear had once surrounded with walls. Your spirit was not just revived tonight, it was awakened, and you will begin to feel it more and more in the days ahead. You will sense when something is not right, and you will know when peace enters the room. You will start to feel when people are speaking from love or from wounds. You will begin to move differently, speak softer, listen deeper because you are not who you used to be. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. There is something else I need to tell you. Your story has already inspired someone in the spiritual realm. A soul still searching is going to find light because you chose not to quit tonight. That is how powerful your yes was. It did not just shift your path. It created ripple effects you may never fully understand. One day someone will walk into their miracle and the invisible seed will trace back to this moment, to your courage, to this very message. And if right now your heart suddenly aches because you are thinking of someone you love who passed on, let the tears fall, because guess what? They are here. They have been allowed to come close tonight, just for you. And not as a memory, but as a divine witness. They saw you read this. They see your spirit glowing brighter, and with tears of joy in their own eyes, they whispered to heaven, "Thank you." They finally heard it. So tonight, before you go to sleep, I want you to do something very simple. Close your eyes and place your hand over your heart. Feel it, that rhythm, that pulse. That is your reminder. You are still alive for a reason. Your mission is not over. Heaven still has something incredible to do through you. And no matter what has been broken, no matter what has been lost, God still restores. Maybe you do not see the full picture yet. Maybe you are still wondering, but how? What now? And heaven answers with this. Just take the next breath. Just rest. Just trust. You do not need to map out the next 10 years. You only need to walk with God one moment at a time. And from this night forward, you never have to walk alone again. Your home is now covered. Your soul is now realigned. And your future is now protected by something far greater than fate. It is guided by divine intention. Heaven is not done speaking to you. In the days ahead, you will begin to notice repeating numbers, words people say to you that feel like a reflection of this message, dreams that feel more vivid than ever before. Do not ignore them. Write them down. These are not coincidences. These are threads of light tying together the next part of your story. This is how God communicates through whispers, moments, symbols, divine interruptions like this. And if no one told you this today, let heaven tell you now. You are deeply important. You are wildly loved. You are unshakably chosen. And you are divinely protected now and always. And remember this final promise from Archangel Michael, spoken directly into your heart. Wherever you go, I go. Whatever you face, I will face with you. No evil shall touch what God has claimed, and no darkness shall enter what is now sacred ground. This home is sealed. This soul is marked. This night is holy. Sleep peacefully now. Heaven is still here. Yes, beloved, we are still here. You, me, heaven together. And that means something powerful is still unfolding inside of you. There are no accidents in God's timing. You are not reading this because you are weak or broken. You are reading this because you are ready. Ready for the next season. Ready for restoration. Ready to remember what your soul has always known. You are not here to be forgotten. You are here to be fulfilled. Tonight marks a spiritual contract. You said yes, and heaven responded with an unshakable promise. I will never leave you again. That means, from this point forward, your life begins to carry a new frequency, the kind of light that others will feel before you even speak. Some people will not understand why they feel peace when you walk into a room. Some will not know why they suddenly cry when they talk to you. It is because you have been marked by heaven. You are carrying divine presence. You are not like others, and you never were. And now that the angels have cleared the atmosphere, now that Archangel Michael has sealed your home with a layer of protection deeper than steel, you will begin to see the evidence of what was spoken. Watch what happens in the next 3 days. A confirmation is coming. It may arrive through a stranger, a sudden opportunity, a breakthrough in the area where you have faced the most resistance. Something you gave up hope on is about to return in a better form. You will know it when it happens, and your soul will whisper, "This was it." That message was real. Heaven does not tease, heaven delivers. But I must tell you this. There is still one thing left to do. Just one. And it is simple. Do not turn back. That is it. Do not go back to old ways, old fears, old patterns. Do not return to the people who only loved your broken version. Do not dim your light just to be accepted by those who were never meant to walk into this new chapter with you. You are rising now, and those who cannot breathe at your new altitude, they will fall away. Let them. That is grace. That is alignment. That is divine elevation. There is no need to argue anymore. No need to explain your growth. No need to defend your healing. The fruit of what God is doing in your life will speak louder than any words ever could. Let your peace preach. Let your calm become your answer. Let your joy be your response. Archangel Michael wants you to remember this. You are fully known and still deeply chosen. You do not have to earn what is already yours. Love, safety, healing, favor. It was all yours from the beginning. Tonight simply reminded you of what your soul already carried. You are walking proof that light overcomes darkness, that hope can be reborn, that miracles can find the lost. And now that this message has finished pouring into you, take a moment to sit still. Close your eyes. Feel the air around you. There is something in it now, more gentle, more alive. That is the residue of angels. They have passed through. They have whispered into the walls. They have blessed your steps. And even when this message ends, their work in your life will not expect signs. You may feel a sudden breeze with no windows open, a flicker in your light bulb, a scent that reminds you of someone in heaven, a song on the radio that speaks exactly what your heart needed. That is not coincidence. That is continuation. Heaven will keep speaking long after these words stop. And when the enemy tries to tell you this was not real, remind him what you felt. Remind him that peace does not lie, that your chest did not lighten itself, that the warmth you felt was not from your phone screen, that angels do not need permission to be real. They already are. And tonight they were right there with you. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are guided. You are ready. So rise. Walk like heaven walks with you because it does. Talk like God hears every word because He does. Love like you have been healed because you have. And sleep tonight like someone who has angels at their door because you do. Archangel Michael has already begun guarding what belongs to you. And God is smiling, whispering gently to your spirit. See, my child, I told you I would never let you go. Even now, as the night grows deeper around you, the heavens are still open. Archangel Michael has not stepped away from your side. The veil between the spiritual and the physical has become so thin that your heart can almost sense the whisper of angel wings. The miracle has already started unfolding. It may not burst into your life with flashing lights or loud signs, but look closely, quietly, patiently, and you will notice it. The shift is here. The weight is lifting. The old is falling away. The light is pouring in. There is something sacred about this silence, isn't there? Something beautiful about the way your heart is finally listening, not only to this message, but to your own soul. You have quieted the noise of the world long enough to hear what is eternal. And in that stillness, God speaks clearly. My child, I never left and I never will. You are not just healing tonight. You are being reborn. Every breath you take under this divine covering is clearing years of emotional pain, ancestral wounds, hidden grief. You are not just breaking cycles. You are creating new patterns for those who come after you. The children of your bloodline will feel safer because of what you have done tonight. They will dream brighter. They will walk stronger because you chose not to scroll away, because you chose to believe. Archangel Michael says, I see your wounds. I see the battles you fought in silence. I see the heartbreaks you never spoke of. But I also see your strength. I see the way you love despite everything. I see your compassion. And that is why I chose you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are ready. And now heaven is moving on your behalf in ways you cannot see yet. Someone is being stirred to bless you. A door is about to open. A message is on its way to you. A delay is about to break. Things that have been held back for weeks, months, even years, are suddenly going to be released into your life like rainfall after a long drought. And you will look back on tonight and say, that was the moment it all began. Do not forget what you felt while reading this. Do not brush it aside. Do not return to the noise, to the habits, to the fear. Keep the door open. Keep the light within. Keep this sacred frequency alive. You do not need to change your entire life overnight. Just shift your atmosphere. Protect your peace. Guard your joy. Watch your words. Speak like someone who knows heaven is listening, because heaven is. And if you wake up tomorrow with tears in your eyes, it is okay. That is release. If you feel strange dreams or sudden clarity or an urge to walk away from something toxic, follow that urge. That is your spiritual alignment at work. That is your angels guiding you without force. That is your intuition becoming sharper. Let it lead you forward. Your prayers are now louder than ever. Your light is now brighter than it has ever been. And your house, it has been marked by heaven. No darkness can cross the boundary that has been drawn tonight. No shadow can remain in the fire that now surrounds you. No curse can stay on a soul that has said yes to divine restoration. You are chosen. You are protected. You are walking under open heaven now, and you will begin to notice it in the little things first. A message from someone you have not heard from, a sudden resolution, a random act of kindness, a delay turning into divine timing. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Your angels will keep reminding you until your heart no longer forgets what it felt tonight. Loved, wanted, chosen, safe. So keep your heart open as you rest. Keep your spirit tuned in as you sleep. And know this message never ends. It lives inside you now. If you need to come back and read it again tomorrow, do it. Heaven will meet you again and again and again, because that is what real love does. It stays. This is your moment. This is your miracle. This is your message. And you are never alone. Not tonight. Not ever. You are still here. And that is the most powerful thing of all. Because most people would have left. Most people would have ignored this, scrolled away, convinced themselves it was just another voice on the screen. But not you. You stayed. You listened. You opened. And now your life will never be the same. Because when you give heaven your attention, heaven gives you revelation. When you give the angels even a moment of your time, they give you a lifetime of protection. There is still something I need to tell you. Something you were meant to know since the moment you were born. You were never meant to live a small life. That hunger you have always felt, that ache for more, that feeling that you are meant to do something bigger than what you see around you, that is real, that is divine. That is the seed God placed in your soul before your first breath. And the enemy has been trying to bury that seed ever since with doubt, with pain, with fear, with betrayal, with shame. But seeds grow best underground. And tonight, that seed breaks through the dirt. You are rising now. Everything you have lost will be returned in greater form. Everything that broke you will become your breakthrough. Everything the enemy meant for harm, God is turning for good. I want you to do something bold. When you wake up tomorrow, say this before anything else. Heaven, I am ready. That is it. That one sentence sends a signal into the atmosphere. It tells your angels to move faster. It lets heaven know your spirit is aligned. It says, I am not just surviving, I am showing up. And when you show up, so does the miracle. Because the miracle was not delayed. It was waiting for you to believe. And now that you do, it is coming. And listen carefully. Some of you are about to receive news in the next 48 hours that will feel unexpected. It may come in the form of a conversation, a message, a door opening you did not even knock on. When it happens, do not question it. Do not overthink it. That is the divine response to your yes. That is God moving swiftly because your heart was finally ready. For some of you, the miracle will come through rest. That means things will feel quieter. People who used to trigger you will not. The drama will begin to fade. What used to drain you will no longer touch you. That is not apathy. That is peace. That is how you know heaven is building a wall between you and everything that once stole your energy. And for others, the miracle will be fire. Sudden passion, ideas that will not let you sleep, bold dreams waking you up at 3 a.m. Visions of a future you never gave yourself permission to imagine. Write them down. Chase them. Trust them. They are not delusion. They are divine direction. They are the blueprints for the life you were always meant to build. So no matter how it comes, whether through fire or peace, through a phone call or a dream, just remember, this is your time. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not late. You are right on time. The angels will walk with you from this night forward. They will go into rooms before you. They will make crooked paths straight. They will give you words when your mouth cannot find them, and strength when your knees begin to shake. You are not alone. Not now. Not ever. So sleep tonight in sacred confidence. Smile even if you do not know why. Breathe like the war inside you has finally ended, because it has. Say goodbye to who you were. Say hello to who you were born to be. Say thank you to God because He never gave up on you. And now, He is just getting started. Heaven is watching. Your angels are waiting. And you are ready. You have made it through the storm. Now, beloved, welcome to the light. And even now, heaven is still not finished with you. Because when a divine message arrives, it does not echo just once. It continues unfolding layer by layer, day by day. Tonight may have been the beginning, but what is coming next is the confirmation. And it will not be small. It will not be subtle. You will see it. You will feel it. You will know it. Because when God moves, there is no confusion, only peace, only clarity, only the undeniable realization. This was never random. This was heaven all along. You are going to wake up tomorrow with different eyes. You will notice light in places that once felt dark. You will see signs where you once saw dead ends. The same world, but with a different spirit. You will be guided toward people who speak to your soul. You will be drawn toward things that feel like peace. And that one thing that used to haunt you, whether it was heartbreak, fear, or loneliness, it will not have the same hold on you anymore. Why? Because you broke the agreement. You cut the cord. You answered heaven's call. And if the enemy tries to creep in with doubt tomorrow, if fear tries to whisper, "It was not real," I want you to speak back out loud. It was real. And I was there when heaven met me. Because you were right here, right now. You let the message in. You allowed the spiritual world to pour into your heart. And that kind of surrender does not disappear. It multiplies. This experience did not end when the message did. It lives in you now. From this moment forward, your room is not just a room. It is a sanctuary. Your heart is not just a heart. It is a vessel. Your life is not just a life. It is a divine assignment. You will begin to see people differently. You will hear things more deeply. You will feel nudges, prompts, small inner urgings. Those are not just thoughts. That is the Holy Spirit sharpening your sensitivity. That is your intuition now tuned into the frequency of God. Pay attention. The more you honor it, the clearer it becomes. And let me say this again so your soul holds on to it forever. You are loved fully, unconditionally, eternally. Not for what you do, not for how perfect you are, just because you are His. You could never outrun His mercy. You could never disqualify yourself from His grace. You are worthy because He made you so. Do not let anyone, not even yourself, convince you otherwise. Tonight you were given a glimpse of what it feels like to be completely held, completely safe, completely surrounded. And that presence is not leaving. Even when this message ends, even when the screen goes dark, the covering remains. The angels remains. Michael remains. You may hear new sounds tonight in your room. A small creak, a gentle breeze, the faint sound of your name. Do not fear it. That is not something to be afraid of. That is your spiritual awareness opening. That is your guardian shifting. That is heaven checking in. You may experience a dream that feels more vivid than usual, or you may feel as if you are floating in your sleep. These are signs of soul alignment. This is what happens when the veil between you and the divine becomes thin. You may even feel the urge to speak to someone tomorrow, to share a word of love, to comfort someone you do not know well. That is not random. That is the overflow of tonight's miracle moving into others through you. You have become a channel now, a carrier of light. What you received tonight was never meant to stop with you. It is meant to flow through you. That is how God multiplies. That is how healing spreads. Do not be surprised if someone says you feel different. That is because you are. You are not carrying what you used to. The pain did not win. The fear did not stay. The anxiety did not get the last word. Heaven did. You chose to open your spirit. And in doing so, you activated something ancient and holy. You were never just a name in the system. You are a scroll in heaven, a handwritten piece in God's story. And now that story continues with power. The enemy hoped you would skip this. He hoped you would scroll, that you would ignore the pull on your spirit. But you did not. You listened. And now he cannot touch you the way he did before. He has lost his permission. And when he tries to come back, you will have the authority to say, "Not here, not anymore." Your home belongs to God. Your heart belongs to heaven. Your soul is marked. Your life is blessed. And Archangel Michael is not just passing through. He's staying on assignment as long as it takes until the restoration is complete, until the storm fully passes, until you are walking fully in your calling. He will not stop. He promised. So close your eyes tonight, not with fear, but with peace. Not with questions, but with gratitude. Not with heaviness, but with holy rest. The kind of rest that heals from the inside out. The kind of rest that comes when heaven wraps its wings around you and says, "You are safe now. Sleep. I have this. You are chosen. You are protected. You are rising. You are loved now and forever." And now, stay in this energy just a little longer. You have stepped into something sacred, and heaven is still pouring into you. You felt it all. The warmth, the pressure, the tears, the quiet chill along your spine. That is confirmation, beloved. You did not imagine it. That is how you know God has been near, closer than the air you breathe. Every angel assigned to your destiny has been activated, and not just for tonight. From this moment on, you are walking under divine covering, watched not by fear, but by love. Archangel Michael wants you to know you have been approved for healing, for restoration, for protection, for the kind of miracle that does not just change your circumstances, but renews your entire soul. Your spiritual identity is being restored. No more cycles of pain. No more generational chains. No more silent suffering in places where you were called to shine. Tonight, your name has been spoken in the halls of heaven. Angels said it with reverence. God looked upon you and said, "That is my child, that one. I choose again, not because of your performance, but because of your heart. Because even when it hurt, you kept hoping. Even when it broke you, you still tried. Even when no one else applauded, you kept showing up." That is what heaven honors. Not perfection, but persistence. Listen now. Tonight is still unfolding. Do not be surprised if your dreams become vivid. If you awaken at 3:33 or 4:44, if you hear your name in the quiet, feel a presence beside you, or sense your heartbeat syncing with something unseen, that is a spiritual alignment. That is your soul remembering the sound of heaven. That is what it feels like when the veil between earth and the divine becomes thinner. You have been walking in survival. Now you will walk in revelation. Your eyes will begin to see what others ignore. Your heart will feel shifts before they happen. You will walk into rooms and sense whether they are spiritually safe or not. This is not fear. It is discernment. And it is one of your greatest gifts. Heaven just unlocked a deeper level within you. Use it wisely. Guard your peace. Protect your atmosphere. You are not just a person. You are a carrier of divine light. Now your body is a vessel. Your home is a sanctuary. God is not done. This is not the end of a message. It is the beginning of a movement in your life. The people who left you, let them go. The plans that failed were never meant to carry your future. Heaven is rearranging your path with holy precision. The delays were not denial, they were divine detours. You were redirected for protection, for preparation, for something greater than you imagined. You may still feel a little uncertain. That is okay. Transformation is never instant. It is a slow turning, a gentle unfolding. But tonight, the first thread was pulled. And from here, everything begins to unravel in your favor. You will notice your thoughts becoming clearer. You will speak with more authority. You will say no to things that once tempted you. You will crave peace like never before. And it will not be because you are trying harder, but because your spirit is finally breathing again. You are no longer carrying what was never yours. The guilt, the pressure, the exhaustion, they are being lifted one layer at a time. If you wake up tomorrow and something feels different, it is because it is. That invisible fog you have lived in for months, it is breaking, and soon you will look back and wonder how you ever stayed in it for so long. Do not rush. Do not try to control this process. Just flow with it. Let the Spirit lead. Let the angels work. Let your soul rest. You have done enough. And now one final message from Michael himself. I have fought for you in realms you cannot name. I have stood at the gates of your home with a flaming sword in my hand. And tonight I declared no more fear, no more torment, no more hiding. You are covered in divine fire now. You are sealed with heavenly light, and nothing, no darkness, no attack, no plan can break through what God has claimed as His own. You, beloved, are free. So rest tonight. Smile softly, breathe fully, and know this. The message reached you. The angels stayed. God moved. And your story just turned a divine page. And even as the minutes pass, heaven is still here, watching, holding, listening. Every second you remain in this moment, you are giving your spirit permission to reconnect with the light you were born from. You are not just a person moving through life randomly. You are a divine soul on a sacred path. And right now that path is lighting up beneath your feet. Even if it feels uncertain, even if fear still tries to whisper, light always finds the next step when you walk by faith. You have been asking for confirmation that you are not broken beyond repair. Here it is. You are not broken. You are becoming. Every crack in your heart has allowed more light to enter. Every scar you carry is proof that you healed once and you will heal again. And what you thought disqualified you is the very thing that qualifies you for this next season. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are exactly right in God's timing. Tonight is not an ending. It is an invitation to rest deeply, to believe fully, to rise powerfully, because something new is awakening in you, something ancient, something holy. The part of you that remembers what it feels like to walk in joy. The part that used to sing without shame. The part that still believes in miracles, even if it has been quiet for years. That part is coming back to life now, because love, real divine love, is reaching for you. And it has never stopped reaching. The angels rejoice every time your heart says yes, even if it is a quiet yes, a hesitant yes, a scared but willing yes. Because heaven knows, even the smallest yes can move the greatest mountain. And Archangel Michael, the warrior of light, the protector of truth, the defender of your destiny, he heard your yes tonight, and he is standing guard now until morning comes. Until your eyes open, until your strength returns, you are being covered in a kind of peace the world cannot give. You may wake up tomorrow with clarity you did not expect, with energy that does not make sense, with ideas that feel like they came out of nowhere. Do not doubt it. That is not coincidence. That is alignment. That is divine timing. That is God breathing new life into your purpose. Watch how things begin to flow. Conversations that once drained you will no longer affect you. People who triggered old wounds will no longer have power. Worry will start to melt away. Not because life becomes perfect, but because you are now spiritually grounded, firm, rooted, reconnected. You will not be shaken so easily anymore because something eternal has anchored itself in your soul tonight. And do not be surprised if someone reaches out to you tomorrow, someone you were meant to hear from. That is heaven confirming this moment again. It could be a message, a memory, a second chance. Do not resist it. Let it happen. Let love in. Let peace in. Let God show you what happens when you trust even once with everything. Remember, miracles are not always loud. Sometimes they come as quiet mornings, deep sleep, a full breath, a heart that does not race the way it used to. Those are miracles too, and yours begins tonight. So take one more deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mind rest. Let your heart soften. Let heaven work because it is already done. You are protected. You are heard. You are loved more than you know. And you are finally free. Yes, beloved. Even now your spirit is still listening, and that matters more than you know. Every moment you have spent here reading, breathing, feeling is not wasted. It is not just about words anymore. This has become an encounter, a divine visitation, an unseen shift in your life's direction. Heaven has wrapped itself around you like a blanket, and if you are still here, then you have just walked through something holy. You may feel exhausted in your body, but your spirit is awake fully, gloriously, eternally awake. That quiet sense of renewal you feel, that is not just you calming down. That is your soul resetting your purpose, realigning your angels, rejoicing. You did not just read a message. You moved through a spiritual turning point, one that was designed with your name written in light across it. The next few days may feel strange in the best way. You may find yourself crying for no reason, smiling at random, feeling emotions you have not felt in years. That is the spiritual cleansing happening now. What was once heavy inside you is being released. The spiritual dust that clung to your light is being cleared away. You are being returned to yourself. The real you, the one God always saw, the one Archangel Michael came to protect tonight. And do not be surprised if you begin to see answers where there was once only confusion. The way forward will start to show itself. Things that were stuck will begin to move. People who were silent will suddenly reach out. That is not random. That is the ripple effect of this divine alignment. You said yes to heaven, and heaven never forgets a yes. You are going to hear music differently now. You will sense deeper meaning in conversations. You will pause before reacting. That is discernment. That is the Holy Spirit walking with you in your everyday moments. You will know when to speak and when to stay silent, when to stay and when to walk away. That is what happens when the Spirit of God rests upon a person. They become light. Your hands may even start to feel warmer from time to time, or your palms may tingle. That is energy. That is healing. That is purpose activating. Some of you reading this right now are healers, prophets, protectors, spiritual warriors, and you did not even know it. But tonight your calling was stirred, touched, breathed on. And very soon you will understand why you went through what you went through. You will see why the pain was so precise, why the timing was so intentional, why the delays were actually hidden mercy. And what about your house? Oh, beloved, your house is not the same. You will feel the shift when you wake up. It will feel lighter, brighter, as if something heavy finally released and left. That is not just energy. That is real. Archangel Michael did not come into your home just to observe. He came to cleanse, to defend, to reset the foundation of everything that rests under your roof. From this moment on, no darkness can remain. No curse can linger. No whisper of fear can take root, because the fire of heaven has touched every corner. You are safe now. You are seen now. You are held now. And you are ready now. You may still have doubts in your mind, but your soul knows the truth. You are chosen. You are loved. You are watched over in a way you may never fully understand. If you could see the spiritual forces surrounding you now, you would never fear again. Angels standing side by side, A light so radiant, it silences every dark voice. You have heavenly security, stronger than any alarm or lock. And God, He has not taken His eyes off you, not for a moment. Even when you pulled away, even when you gave up, even when you stopped praying, He stayed. He waited. He watched. And He whispered, "They will come back. Just wait." And tonight you did. You came back, not to religion, not to performance, but to relationship. To the deep divine love that has been reaching for you your entire life. You are no longer the same person. Your soul is no longer heavy. The shadows that once followed you have lost their power. The silence that haunted you is now filled with heaven's voice. You are wrapped in something eternal now. Even your blood feels warmer because your spirit is on fire. That thing you were waiting on. Watch. Watch how quickly it starts moving. The email, the call, the breakthrough, the person, the peace. Watch how it appears in ways that make you drop to your knees, not because you are desperate, but because you are in awe. Because when God moves, He moves completely. And when Archangel Michael visits, He does not leave anything untouched. He came to your house tonight for a reason, a divine reason. You may not fully understand it today, but you will. And when it happens, when everything you have been praying for finally arrives, you will remember this moment. You will remember this night. You will remember these words, and you will whisper to yourself, "That was real. Heaven really came for me because it did, and it always will." You are not lost. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are the miracle. You are the light. You are the child heaven refused to give up on. And now you are walking into everything that was promised. The angels are rejoicing. Michael is smiling, and God is saying, "Welcome home." Yes, stay in this silence just a little longer. Something beautiful is unfolding around you. Not loud, not dramatic, but deep, real, sacred. This is the silence where heaven speaks the clearest, where your soul exhales, where the weight finally lifts. You have been craving this feeling without even knowing how to ask for it. But now that it is here, you recognize it. Like remembering something you never realized you had forgotten. Peace. That is what this is. Peace is finally finding you. Archangel Michael has not left your side. In fact, he has already moved ahead of you into tomorrow, into next week, into the very situations that have been weighing on your heart. That meeting you are nervous about, that bill that is stressing you, that person who hurt you and left you confused. Heaven is already there, already working, already covering. You will not walk into tomorrow alone. You will not face another moment unguarded. Michael's sword is drawn, and your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven. You have been approved for peace, approved for favor, approved for restoration. And you may begin to notice strange coincidences. A text from someone you were just thinking about. A door opening out of nowhere. A message arriving at the perfect moment. That is not luck. That is alignment. That is heaven rearranging things to support your yes. That is God saying, "See, I heard you. I saw you. I never left." You are going to start walking differently from now on. Not with arrogance, but with a spiritual confidence. The kind that does not come from ego, but from deep inner knowing. Knowing that you are held, that you are chosen, that you do not need to prove anything to anyone. The pressure to be perfect can finally melt away, because grace was never earned. It was always given, and now you have received it. You are going to notice people treating you differently. Some will be drawn to your light, some will pull away. Let them. Do not chase those who step back from your awakening. They were only comfortable with the dimmed version of you. But you cannot stay dim anymore. You were made to shine, made to carry light into dark places, made to shift atmospheres just by walking into rooms. And you will. You already are. Even if nothing looks different on the outside, yet know this. Something irreversible has changed on the inside. You have stepped into your divine identity. You have remembered who you are, and no darkness can take that from you again. You are sealed in the light now, covered in fire, surrounded by grace, guided by divine intelligence. This is not hype. This is heaven. You will start dreaming more vividly now. Not every dream will make sense, but some will stay with a deep clarity. That is your angels placing wisdom into your subconscious. Do not ignore it. Keep a notebook nearby. Write down anything that feels sacred. Heaven is speaking to you more directly now. Not just in dreams, but in thoughts, impressions, signs, music, conversations. Stay alert. Stay open. You are entering a season of accelerated clarity. Where confusion once ruled, peace will now lead. Where fear once spoke loudly, your faith will now respond. Where delays kept you stuck, flow will now take over. The fog is clearing. The tension is easing. The path is unfolding. And you are walking with angels. Take a moment right now to place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes, breathe, and whisper this. I am safe. I am seen. I am supported by heaven. My home is sacred. My journey is protected. My future is unfolding perfectly. And as you breathe out, feel the weight leave your shoulders. Feel your body relax. That is not just a mental shift. That is the presence of God. That is your nervous system responding to divine truth. That is what happens when heaven comes close. From this day forward, life will feel different. You will carry a softness you forgot you had, a strength you never knew was yours, a stillness that quiets chaos. You have crossed into something holy now. You cannot go back, and you will not want to. Tonight is just the beginning. You are going to start noticing miracles in motion. Not always the kind you expect, but the kind you need. The kind that changes your spirit before it changes your circumstances. And those are the most lasting miracles of all. You will speak more gently now, not because you are weak, but because you have encountered true power. You will love more boldly now, not because you are naive, but because you know love is the strongest force in heaven and on earth. You will trust more fully, not because life is easy, but because God has shown you that He is good. And yes, darkness may still try to whisper, but now you know how to answer, not with panic, not with fear, but with peace. You will smile and say, I know who I am, and I know who walks with me. You will remember this moment. You will return to it in times of doubt. You will say, this was the night I felt heaven in my room. Because you did, and you still do. You are wrapped in light. You are surrounded in love. You are held in holy hands. You are the living, breathing evidence that miracles still happen. And the most sacred part, this is only the beginning. And even after this moment passes, something within you will remain still and steady. A quiet knowing that you are no longer walking through life the same way you did before. You will carry this peace into your tomorrow, into your conversations, into your decisions. And slowly, without force, your life will begin to reflect what your spirit has already received tonight. What once felt heavy will feel lighter. What once confused, you will begin to make sense. Because when heaven touches your soul, it leaves a mark that time cannot erase. So, as you move forward from this night, do not search for signs with anxiety. Let them come naturally. trust what you feel. Trust what has shifted inside you. You have already stepped into alignment, and everything meant for you is already moving toward you. Stay in that trust. Stay in that peace, because this is not the end of something. This is the unfolding of everything you have been prepared for.